Welcome to the Art of Driving presented by Apollo Tyres. In our last episode, we spoke of the gearbox and how it helps you maintain the balance between engine speed and wheel speed, and the need to rev match. Well, in this episode, we're going to teach you how to rev match and the benefits of it. Let's begin by making you understand why it's needed. Try this exercise when you're in the car. Go up to 60 kilometers an hour, put it into fourth gear, then suddenly shift down to second gear. You will notice the car jerks when you release the clutch and the engine begins to sound strained. But what happens when you come from a higher gear suddenly to a lower gear is that the revs rise sharply and your engine has to spin much faster to match the speed at the wheels, which is mismatched at that point of time, and that puts a lot of load on all your expensive mechanical. Now try the same exercise again, but this time before you shift down, braking with your toe, gently pivot your heel onto the accelerator and blip the accelerator before shifting down while continuously braking. This is called rev matching. This time around, you would have noticed that the shift would have been much smoother, almost seamless in fact, and it would have saved a lot of stress on all your expensive mechanicals. Now, without getting into the semantics, let me explain how it saves your mechanicals. You need a car's clutch because the engine spins all the time, but the car's wheels do not. A clutch helps smoothen the process of transferring the power from the engine to the wheels via the transmission. When you step on the clutch, it disconnects the engine from the transmission. If you're in motion, this lets your car roll free and lets the engine keep working. You also do this when you come to a stop because the wheels are not moving and you want your engine to keep running until you put the car in neutral or switch the engine off. On the flip side, when you start off, you take your foot off the clutch, which engages the engine and gets the wheels spinning. Now in our scenario, when you decide to suddenly reduce the wheel speed by engaging the clutch and coming down from fourth to second, this is the sequence of events. First, the clutch is engaged, disconnecting the engine, bringing it to idle, and then suddenly second gear demands it to start spinning really fast again, causing the lurch. There is a complete mismatch between the flywheel, which is the rotating end of the engine, and the clutch, which is the rotating end of the gearbox, causing a wear on the parts. A simple blip of the throttle, or rev matching as we call it, would have raised the engine's speed, creating a better match between the flywheel and the clutch. Rev matching may sound very complicated, but it's actually quite easy. Don't worry about staring at your speedometer and your rev counter. Do it more with your gut, listening to the engine sound and judging the road speed. Once you get the hang of it, it's actually quite easy. Well, we hope you've learned a lot from this episode and keep watching The Art of Driving for more useful tips.